What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode here in the 1 week WoW token challenge. So last week, as you guys know, if you watched last week's episode, if you haven't, you should definitely go do that. We farmed up a whole bunch of materials. We did Thorium farming, we did Serenite farming, and we did Cobalt bar farming. And we did that in the previous episode before that as well, because that seems to be the best gold makers for us. And it's all very simple farms. It's not something that takes a long while to set up. It's very easy to follow. So keeping it simple, keeping it easy. We're not worrying too much about what we do. We just want to be very consistent with the way that we make the gold. We can always change this up once we get to higher levels, but for now it's very good. As you can see, the last couple of things we have left from the last couple of episodes is enchanted Thorium bars. It's Thorium bars themselves. We have some true silver ore, some eternal earth, and now the spirit of harmony. But as you can see, everything else sold. Everything else. And this is really exciting. I did not expect all of this to sell. We are sitting at 50,475 in the mail. Looking at the best sellers, we have Cobalt bars, we have Serenite bars, we have Thorium ore and bars, and we also sold the Titanium bars we made, so that's really cool, and the Titanium ore. And then on top of that, we sold one of the gems from farming Serenite. We sold it for 118 gold. And then Arcane crystals as well. And yeah, it's so the higher, better sellers for us are crafting the ore we have into bars. Those sell faster than the ore itself. So it's a good way to make yourself some gold, to be on both markets, to gain as much gold as possible, as fast as possible. But what it seems like is that it's definitely, if it's at a profit, if we can make more gold from the bars, it seems very worth it to just make almost every single ore into a bar. So that's what we'll be doing in today's episode. But as for now, this is how much we are looting up. We are completely out of everything except what we have in the bag here. So today is going to be a hell of a restock, a hell of a lot of farming, and it's going to be super exciting. As you can see now, we are at 74,881 gold. For episode 5, I am really happy with this. As you can see here, the Spirit of Harmony at that price, so we can still make a good amount of gold from that. Quickly be posting these things up. So something important to notice is that we have episode 5, we have episode 6, and then we have episode 7 left. So we still have a good amount of hours to put into gathering up. And if we can make as much as we did for the last episode, which was 50,000. Obviously, we had a little bit of stock from the previous episode before that, from episode 3. But mostly the gold we made today was from the last episode. So if we can make that happen in the next in the next 3 episodes, we will be at what we need for the WoW token. Because if we make 50,000 3 times, we will make 150,000 gold. So my recommendation for you guys, if you decide to do this challenge yourself, is find a high pop or at least a medium pop. And then you are going to be gathering for the most sought for or looked for materials, which is what I'm doing. And not necessarily being too greedy with what you want to sell items for, because you are trying to make enough for the WoW token. You are not trying to make as much gold as possible. That is a later goal that you can look at. It's definitely something we want to do, but when you're trying to make enough for the WoW token, it all depends on what kind of golds that you have for yourself. And this is one way to do it. Alright, so we are going to start out with some Thorium farming for Arcane crystals. We are going to do this for probably 2 hours today. Depending on how good 2 hours go, we might stop there. If we don't get the preferred amount of arcane crystals, we will decide from there. But as of yet, we will be doing 2 hours of thorium farming. I will be reporting back once I am done to tell you guys how much we got, and then we decide from there what we do at that point. But I will be right back here in a second. All right, so we are back again here. The servers went down for maintenance for, they usually say an hour on EU, but it's always like 15-20 minutes. And it started at 3 a.m. and we came back in already. But I wanted to say we've done an hour and a half of thorium farming so far. We still have half an hour left. I'm not going to show you guys the final result before we actually make it there. Something I did want to talk about as we're flying around here is that why I'm doing the same things over and over since we figured out what was good for us. And I'm not leveling. I picked not to level again. So the reasoning behind it is I saw how much gold we could make in a specific amount of hours over 2 episodes. So I know it's pretty accurate by now that the markets are going to work and we are going to make gold from them. And since it's already pretty diversified with what we can get from thorium farming and arcane crystals, plus serenite farming, titanium bars, and we can get eternals from there, plus the cobalt bars if we do that on top, we have a pretty diversified stock, and we know they all sell in ore and bar form. So keeping on doing that for us when we're on a specific timetable is a pretty good idea. We do not have that much time to waste, as in do more leveling to get to higher levels for potential other farms. So using time on that when we're on a timetable like this is pretty risky and not really worth it when we know stuff like this is going to work. It is all something you guys can take into consideration if you do something like this yourself. I do want to say that obviously if you're looking to get a token a month for yourself, this is obviously not all you have to do throughout the whole month. You can do whatever you want. You can try out new things because you have a lot more time than a week. You have 4 weeks, a little more actually for most months. So you have a lot more time to level characters, get new professions ready, do crafting and whatnot. But for me and this 1 week WoW token challenge, this is a great way to do it. And I'm trying to do my best to explain to you guys one of the ways that you can make a lot of gold with very simple gold making, being you go out into the world, look for a specific route, you gather it and you post it on the auction house. You don't really have to know that much about the server, that much about the auction house. You can pretty much just go ahead and post it and take it from there, right? And if I can make a token worth in a week from farming these spots, you guys can totally do it in a month. But I really enjoyed doing this series. This is really a really cool experience for me. Also, just looking at how markets move is something that's really good for future opportunities for yourself. And yeah, something I want to say besides that is after we're done here with thorium farming for another half an hour, we are going out to do serenite for an hour or two. Depending on how much competition is out there. Since the maintenance was just here, there's probably not going to be much competition, but we're still going to take it into consideration. We are going to do an hour of cobalt farming as well. And then we do have some time left on top of that, depending on how our stocks are looking after we're done farming all of that. We can decide what we do from there. But yeah, that's it for now. I will see you guys here in just a second when we are back with the final amount of loot that we've gotten. So we are back here at the 30 minutes here. So we are now finally on 2 hours complete of thorium farming. Something that I have been considering quite a lot here is the fact that arcane crystals have been selling so well for us, and they are really quick sellers right now because we're very close to the pre-patch. I have been considering something. This is pretty, I'm not going to say risky, but what I have been thinking about doing is keeping on going with arcane crystal farming until I get less than 25 an hour, because the average is 25, and if we get the same amount that we have gotten so far we'll be looking at least 15,000 for 2 hours, which means if we use a total of 8 hours, which we are planning to do for this video, we will be looking at around 60,000 gold. And as you guys know, we were looking at 50,000 sold on the last video. So this is putting all of our eggs into one basket. It's risky. It's dumb. But this is a part of the challenge. I want to make it spicy. I want to try. I want to see what happens if we do this. And the good thing about us doing this is that we still have, after episode 5 here, we still have episode 6 and we have episode 7. So episode 6 and 7, we have time to farm up Serenite. We have time to farm up Cobalt and whatever else we decide that we want to do. Maybe I also want to do some cloth farms. Maybe some wool cloth or linen cloth, since we're only level 73. But for now, until we get less than 25 an hour, I will keep on doing thorium farming for arcane crystals as well. This is what we're gonna do. It is kind of risky. I don't want to say too risky because they do still sell pretty well. But yeah, let's do it. 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 And here, the wild man is. He has done it. He has completed 8 hours of winter spring thorium farming for arcane crystals. You're probably all wondering, how much did our little guy here get to collect? I'll show you right here. We have gotten, over these 8 hours total of farming thorium for arcane crystals. I know, guys, I know. I kept on getting more than 25 an hour, so I decided to do it for the full thing for this episode. And as we fly over to the little city here, because we will be selling the dent stone because it's not worth it to keep, we'll be selling the green gems that are not the arcane crystals. They are too expensive to post, and the vendor sell price is really close to the actual posted price. So we will just be selling these. Right now in our inventory, we have 223 arcane crystals. 223. On 8 hours, that's just under 28. Getting just under 28 arcane crystals per hour is really, really good. And currently, we are looking at a 449 posted price. Obviously, we can't really trust that price. We have not been able to sell it that high ever before. This is probably some guy trying to keep the price for them up high, so you can sell some of the crafted things, Arcanite bars, enchanted elementium bars, or whatever transmog there is as well. So what we will be doing is we will not be posting it all the way up at 449 gold, if it's still at that. Seems like it is. Let's check. So 8 sellers here, 449 gold. Since there's 8 sellers, there's going to be a lot of competition. So posting at this price is not something we are probably going to make a lot on. So looking at this here, if we sold every single one, we'd be making around 100,000 gold. But this is not, like, this isn't, it's not going to sell at 449. It's really not. And the way we can also look at this is we can look at how much are Arcanite bars. Arcanite bars have 625 gold. They have also been reset. It's very easy to see because we can see that the market value is 400 gold on the dot. Just a little under, actually. And the market value is a 2-week average of what it's been posted for. So someone has raised this price. And as you can see here, the market value on these is 420. So someone keeps on buying it and raising the price up to that point. So what I think we should do, you can see that we have been selling them at 294 gold. That is the fastest way of selling them. So if we post them at 299 gold, we make 66, almost 67,000. And this is obviously a small amount, and I think we should give it a chance when we have this many. We do want to be making quite a good amount of profit. So what we're going to start out by doing is posting them at 349. This is a really high price. But we will also be making quite a paywall So if this guy wants to keep the price up high, we will be forcing him to buy every single one that we have. And since we are on a timetable that is quite pressed, we do not have time to wait for 449 to sell. And normally you could definitely go in here and try to sell it at 449, but I have experience with this. I've tried this before in previous episodes. It has not sold at all, and that is the reason we've posted them at under 300 gold. So what the plan is for now is we post them at 349. If they don't sell for that, we will be lowering the price so we can sell the products. But as of now, getting 78,000 gold through for just the arcane crystals is really good. So if this does sell, I'll be really happy about it. So we'll be posting that for now. We have a couple pieces of cloth here we got from some rares out in the world, and then we have some true silver ore. You can see that we've sold this for just under 6 gold. So we will be posting it at that price again, because true silver is not really a fast seller. So we will post it at the average sell price that we have, because we have been out farming it, so we don't have to follow a specific price, and I want to get this out fast. And then we have the Thorium. The Thorium is a little bit different, because here we also have the opportunity to, to craft some into bars, to smelt some into bars. And I don't want to post everything we have as it sells. I will be posting more, but for now, I think posting 2,000 ore is good enough. And then we will check it. And I will go over here and craft up, or not craft up, I will smelt 2,000 bars, because if you look at it here, we've actually sold a lot more ore than we have bars. But in the last episode, we figured out that the Thorium bars are faster sellers than the actual ore. And if we look at the bars right now, they're actually a little too cheap. And since... yeah, actually, let's look. Let's give it a look real quick. 2 gold 79. Yeah, we don't want to... actually, we don't want to craft anything into Thorium bars for now. If I do, as I go through and sell this, or at least try to sell it, I don't think it's going to sell at this price, but I will test it out. And the reason that it has gone up to this... actually... now that I think about it, something that's very important about Thorium ore right now is that in the pre-patch, when the pre-patch comes out, we will be looking at we will be looking at Thorium ore being used for relics of the past. I don't exactly remember which one it is, but I know it's used for it, and the actual bar itself is not. So what we will be doing is we will actually be posting all of our Thorium ore, all that we have, for 2 gold 99. If all it sells, it's 19,000, just under. So we will be happy with that. So as of now, with the things that we have posted, we are looking at 99,000 gold. And this is mostly, obviously, the Thorium we have farmed today and the Arcane crystals. We will be checking this, and hopefully we can sell all of this before the next episode. And as you guys saw here in our mailbox, we actually have some sales here that came through from our posting at the start of the episode. So we will take this into our inventory, bringing us to 78,500. But for now, I will be seeing you guys in the next episode. See ya!